All right, hello YouTube. You're watching The Late Show with Dakota P. Arnold. My co-host today is Paul. And we're with David from Tall Tales.
Hi, David.
What's up, man?
All right, so tell us a little bit about your band, how you guys started, what genre of music you play.
Okay. Tall Tales started about a year and a half ago, I'd say. So, like the fall of 2010. Let's just say that. So we started then, and we actually wanted to be like a pop punk band and do the whole get a girl singer and do all this stuff. And I mean, I've had a background in playing like hardcore and metal and all that stuff, so it was gonna be a big change for me. And then I don't know, one day I was just like, screw that, and we just started Tall Tales and we didn't do the whole like pop punk project, and I don't know, just doing the whole hardcore thing, throwing in some southern into the mix, and it's been awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, I understand you guys have an album coming out next week.
Yes. Our new record, Slut City, drops May 5th. Yep. You can come to the show. It's in Plainville, Michigan, right outside Kalamazoo. But, you can always download it legally for free if you just Google Slut City EP Tall Tales. And you will find like a Mediafire link or something like that. And you can just get it for free. Because I'm sure it's already leaked, so.
Now, what's the track listing on that?
The first track, the opener, the title track, I guess you can say, was the single. It was called Welcome to Slut City. And all the songs, really, they're about our singer. He would probably be able to describe these better, but more or less, it's just like, there's a lot of skanky girls out there, that do a lot of guys wrong.
Yep.
And, there's a lot, fair share of men out there, too, that do the same thing to women. But, it's not common for, a girl, really, I don't think, to be going out there and, like, cheating on her boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And, our singer, that's what he kind of went through. And, so he wrote a record about that. And the title, Slut City, is actually, that's where we're from, technically, if you want to get down to it. We actually are from Kalamazoo, Michigan, but we call it Slut City because all the girls that go to Western and the, other small community colleges there are all skanks, so.
I think we need to go to Kalamazoo.
No, I don't want
to man.
Disease, man.
Yeah, I don't even sit on the toilets in that time.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Has there been any changes from band members?
When we first started out, we went through like 3 different lead guitar players and, two different lead guitars. And, they weren't really working out. And then, we got Brian, number 2, because we have 2 Brians. Brian's with Y's, not I's, just so we both know.
All right.
But, so, we got him, and it just worked. And me and him, we just started getting together, as much as we could outside of just having practices.
Yeah.
And, we wrote our first little EP and recorded that down in Indianapolis, and then, played on that for about a year. And then we just went back recently in March to do Slut City, and we worked with the same producer. His name's Bone from Threshold Studios in Indianapolis, Indiana. So you should definitely check that out.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Anything?
Band's kind of distracting. So what would you say is your main influences, like the bands that mainly influences you?
Just me, myself, or
Well, we can do you and then band.
Yeah.
You personally.
Well, myself personally, I've always been into like late 70s, early 80s punk rock, and like the Ramones,
Yes.
The Misfits, just kind of bands like that. I don't really like the UK sound of punk, so I tend to stay away from like the Sex Pistols and all that kind of stuff. But I like that stuff. But then I also like I grew up going to hardcore and punk shows when I was like 13, so like about 11 years ago. And the bands then bands like Dead to Fall. One of my favorites. Blood In Blood Out. They're actually from the area that I grew up in, Indiana, and they actually went pretty far for a while, but now they're kind of laying low. I like them. But then there's a whole other genre of music I definitely like. I like country. I like country music a lot. So
There's nothing wrong with that.
no, I grew up in the cornfields, out in the country, literally. So
Same here.
that's kind of what I grew up on. Same with classic rock. Like John Cougar Mellencamp. AC/DC.
Yes.
Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
Yeah.
So I like a wide variety, but I mean, when it comes to Tall Tales, though, you know, we all kind of like separate kinds of bands. You know, like our drummer, he's into like, you know, that heavy, you know, like just breakdowns all the time, sort of shit. Yeah, you know, he likes that kind of stuff. Our bass player Jake, who knows, you know, he's always listening to bands like My Jewel and My Bride and stuff like that. So you know, it's more like deathcore and all that. And, our singer Brian, he's me and him are pretty much just alike as far as, you know, liking the same kinds of hardcore bands and all that stuff. And then our other guitarist Brian, he is a whiz. He likes just about everything, and he can play just about everything too. So you know,
That's always good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's probably the best guitar player I've ever played with in a band. So yeah, you know, it's really awesome that he joined up, because if not, we would have been screwed, and we would still be practicing at Jake's house in, you know, Plainville, Michigan. So there you go.
So, well, to people that want to be like your band, that want to be able to play shows, want to start a band, what tips or what little things you can say for them to help them?
You know, me being, you know, doing this for about 9 years now, you know, I mean, I've seen, you know, just about every fad come and go, you know, like, I remember when, you know, people started wearing girl pants, like, I remember that, like, that was a cool thing at one time, believe it or not, and, you know, then they made these skinny jeans, which, you know, that's cool, I like wearing skinny jeans.
Me too. I just need to lose some weight.
Yeah, well, there you go. But, anywho, you know, just like fads and, you know, music in general, you know, like for a while, you know, just like, you know, right now, the deathcore thing, that's like the big, you know, popular thing. And then, you know, you got bands like A Day to Remember that are real popular right now, you know, mixing the pop punk and the hardcore, you know, and doing the singing and screaming. And then,
like Scarlet Drive.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've actually never listened to them, but there you go, you know. So, but then, I don't know, you know, every, you know, like year it changes. Like, you know, for a while, you know, bands like, well, they're still pretty popular, but Between the Buried and Me, you've ever heard of them?
I think I did.
They're a Victory Records band, but they've been around forever. But I mean, they kind of did this whole thing where it was just like, let's see how, you know, awesome and talented we can be, and like play as fast as possible, and like with blast beats and all that cool stuff. And you know, that was pretty popular for, you know, a year back in like 2006, 2007. You know, like tech metal, that's what it's called. And but then, you know, just this whole drop A, drop G, you know, 7-string guitar thing happened, you know, a couple years back, and it seems
confusing.
Yeah, it seems to be sticking around, and it's cool, but you know, like I said, it's just a fad. And you know, we do the whole, you know, hardcore punk, you know, southern, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. You know, I call it rock. So you know, that's just me. But you know, it doesn't matter what kind of music you play. Don't play a certain kind of music, you know, just because that's what's popular at the time. I mean, do something that you want to do.
Basically, what you're saying is find what you like and what your bandmates like.
Well, see, that's the thing. You're never going to find somebody that's going to be on the same exact page with you as far as, I want to sound just like this.
Find your own style.
Yeah, you know, just bring, if you know, start a band with, you know, 4 other guys or 5 pieces. And, you know, like, you come in and you're like, well, I really like this band, so I'm going to start doing stuff like them. And then somebody else is like, okay, well, I like this band, so I'm going to start doing stuff like that. And then, you know, blah, 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 you know, it just meshes together, and then you have, you know, something going on, and it's pretty cool. Like, and that was our case. So, you know, because everybody kind of liked different shit, and we just kind of mixed it together. And
it's kind of how my band's going right now. So.
There you go. So, but yeah, you know, another tip, work hard and promote your shows constantly. You know, this whole Facebook thing, or, you know, back when MySpace was popular, or, you know, any of these social networking sites, they are the greatest tool to use. You know, the internet has worked wonders for music in the past 10 years. So there's bands that, you know, they would just record songs onto like a MacBook or something like that. You know, like that Tyler the Creator or whatever, you know, like he just made some beats and, you know, rapped over them, or that's what he does. I don't know what he does, but I'm just assuming that's what he does. And now he's like super popular, you know, like, you know, but he, you know, put a lot of promotion behind it, and, you know, the internet made it. So, you know, the internet can make your band, but I mean, you gotta definitely promote shows that you're playing. Like today, we booked the show 2.5 months ago. I promoted every day, like on the internet, like twice at least.
Oh, wow.
You know, just at least twice. You know, if I was up, if I had the day off or whatever, you know, I was doing as much as possible. You know, same with, you know, the record that we got coming out. You know, like I promote that every day as much as I can, because I want people to hear it rather than, well, I'm just gonna wait for people to find it. No, they're not gonna find it.
Unless
you gotta put it in their fucking face and be like, hey, you know, listen. And if you don't like it, that's cool. But if you do, hey, you know, we got some more stuff, and we got the show coming up, whatever. You know, that's how you build a fan base. You know, unfortunately, it does not happen organically anymore like it did in the late '60s, early '70s.
So do you have like do you guys have a YouTube page or something?
You can look us up on YouTube. We got videos. You know, we have video updates that we do all the time. You know, when we just carry on a camera and just do stupid shit. But we got it's YouTube.com, I guess / We Are Tall Tales. But that's our name on there.
Right.
That's our name is We Are Tall Tales. So and then we got a Twitter. You know, for all the tweeters out there, and that's twitter.com / We Are Tall Tales, and then our Facebook, which is, you know, the main one that we basically use, that's facebook.com / Tall Tales MI. So definitely check all three of those out. We also got other social, you know, networking sites like Bandcamp and MySpace and Pure Volume and Reverb Nation and all that, but we don't use them.
And we'll put all the info down at the area.